You are listening to Ranger Talk Thursday with Val, only on WICR, Iona College Radio.
Don't you just love my little intro? I mean, it's my favorite. Okay. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Ranger Talk Thursday. I really have a problem with this camera angle. Like, it doesn't, it's awful. Okay. Anyway, so any Ranger fan will feel my frustration right now. So if you've been keeping up, not only with my show, which you should, but with Ranger games in general, then you know how bad we are playing. We have a 5-game lose streak. You heard me right. We're losing. And I'm now it's kind of like you have to dissect a little bit as to what is actually going on and what is really the problem. So, watching the games, you can clearly see the energy dips within the periods. Like, it starts off okay, then, towards the second period, into the second period, it usually just crashes. The energy just goes way down, and usually the score is something like 3-0 or 3-1. It's a pretty hefty margin between the two. And so what happens is like, I guess the third period, they decide, hey, let's win a hockey game. So they come back out and they, show some more effort, which, I'm looking at the games I've seen. I'm looking and I'm watching and I'm like, if we started this from the beginning, then maybe we could win. Because, the teams so far that we've been playing have been okay. Obviously the Caps are an incredible team. Who did we just play? The Coyotes are an okay team. We're playing okay teams. We're not playing like these crazy incredible teams like Tampa Bay Lightning or something like that. So these are games that we should be catching the win on, and we're just not doing that. Another main really big issue with us is that we're not shooting. Now, this issue has been a big issue consistently for us, but they are just passing and not creating enough chances for themselves, and I guess that's what they're trying to do by moving the puck around. But the players from the opposing team just close in on them, and then the chance is done. Jacob Trouba is a huge component in our game right now because he's the only one taking the shots. He's right at the line and he's just slapping them in, just hoping for the best because no one else is doing that. Like Panarin obviously has his great goals. Like, I'm not taking that away from him. But in terms of just, closing in on any opportunity that you can, Jacob Trouba really does that well. And, I'm on Twitter, and Twitter has been in just like a complete kind of uproar recently about this whole team. And, everyone thinks that they're the coach, and everyone thinks that they could do a better job, which, everyone has their good opinions, but, ultimately, like, relax. So some people are like, yeah, Trouba, like, I am on the side of Trouba, shoot at any chance you get, because chances are, like, what is the odds? Like, it can go in, it can't. Okay. Oh, well, next, move on. But people are saying that he's shooting too much, and it's kind of like, you have to take what you can get here at this point, because he's doing work that a lot of the people on our team should be doing, but are just not. So, people are complaining about the line situations, which I'm probably gonna get into in a minute, but people are just going crazy. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about Alexander Georgiev, who is our backup goalie, who AKA is better than our starting goalie at the moment. And I just think he needs to get more games in because, the game just recently. Why can't I talk? Oh my God, is it 9? Like, why can't I talk this early in the morning? Anyway, it's kind of like he's doing things that our other goalie isn't doing. He's making saves our other goalie isn't making. And I think for right now, you have to give him more games. Obviously, Lundqvist is at a point in his career where he's just going to get burnt out and he needs the rest and or in between games, if it's not like a huge game, put Georgiev in, or if it's a big game, put Georgiev in. I'm all for putting him in at any chance and any time. I'm team Alexander Georgiev. But the Coyote game wouldn't have been, I'm telling you now, would not have been as close of a game if Lundqvist was in net. We did make it to overtime, and that was our first OT of the season, which is surprising. I was like, no way. But it's true. It was our first OT of the season, and, our first 3-on-3. And, yeah, it was just really bad. Believe it or not, because you had big players out there. You had Panarin and Mika, and I'm forgetting. I think Kreider. I could be wrong on that, who that third person was, but everyone was just skating around doing nothing. I mean, I think before the goal went into the back of the net, because obviously we lost, if you couldn't catch that already, Panarin stopped trying to put a stick out there or whatever he tried to do. But, you have to look at your players and who's really going to play defense into this time. Who's really going to make sure that puck does not come anywhere near our goalie. Yeah, it went right by him. He barely even saw it and, hit the corner, went in. To the Coyotes, which is kind of really, we could have won that. So, we have to look at other reasons why they could be playing this way. It's because there's really no line consistency. This is unbelievable. Not the amount of brain power that is going on right now to form words. Okay. So there's no line consistency between the games. Panarin and Mika, and most likely Trouba are going to be on that first line, which is great. But, is it really working? But I know Trouba gets thrown around a lot and Kreider gets thrown around a lot. And, everyone is just, trying to figure out what works with what line and who is where and who's on this line. I just feel like it creates a lot of confusion. I don't know. But I feel like there's not enough. I know he's going to be here at this time that I can give him the puck kind of thing, So another thing that we noticed is that the vets are playing more than, I guess, the rookies, you want to call it, which again, okay, before everyone gets crazy, I don't have a problem with that at all. But the problem is if we're rebuilding, if we're still in rebuild, we did so many good things in the off season. So everyone thinks that we're going to be this great playoff team. We definitely could be, I guess. But if you think about it more realistically, if you're rebuilding, you need to rebuild with your young superstars that you have. You have to have them. They need to develop. They need to play with these veterans that you're putting out there to learn from them, to form with them. So, it's not just, hey, young guys all go at it once, don't know what to do, and it looks crazy. You have to put now, okay, obviously, I guess the rookie that I'm talking about here is Kakko. And, he's having a little bit of issue right now trying to find his game. And I don't know. I just think he is a player that needs to be with other superstars because we've seen his game before the NHL and how amazing it is. And we know he can bring that to our team, but he needs to be with players that can help him do that. He's not going to do it all on his own or with players that he doesn't work well with. Not work well with, but like, have the same kind of game as he does, if that makes any sense. But, you know, he is frustrated right now, and he did an interview for a Finnish news reporter, or just a reporter from Finland, and he basically told him how frustrated he is right now in the NHL and how he did not think it. He did not. This was the. How many times am I going to not lose my train of thought, but just not be able to move my mouth with my brain? How many times is that going to happen? Okay, moving on. You know, he's just not having fun right now. Like he said his game is off. He said he's playing bad, and he's just not enjoying himself. And then Quinn went on to say, like, well, he's 18. There's very rare that 18-year-olds come into the NHL and just are these amazing lead players. And that's what Kakko wants to be. He wants to be a lead player. He wants to be a Panarin, a Mika. He wants to be one of them. So the terms of development, it's like, if you know he can be that, why wouldn't you play him with people that could push him there? And it's not just going for him. It's going for Kraftstoff and Cheadle and Elias Anderson. Like, these are our young guys. These are the guys that need to be, I guess, developed the most and worked on the most to rebuild for our needs of the Rangers, which is ultimately winning games. So I know he hasn't been on that first line, and I know a lot of people, including myself, I'll say it, including myself, have had a little bit of a problem with, because if you look at the first 2 games of the season, which were a complete tease, by the way, I was like, oh yeah, we got this. We're so good. Like, okay, no problem. No, that was a tease. Thank you so much for that. But if you look at that first game and where he was, why wouldn't you keep him there? Why wouldn't you allow him those opportunities? So I know tonight against the Buffalo Sabres, he's going to be to the front line. At least that was rumored. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's going to stick like that. But I think Kreider, Mika, and Kakko are going to be on that first line. That's really interesting to me. And I think Panarin got moved to the second line, which is really, really interesting to me. Kreider hasn't been, I guess, on it as well as we're used to. So I don't know. I'm interested. But the Buffalo Sabres, now here's my other thing. The Buffalo Sabres are the leading team in the Atlantic Division. So it's kind of like, is this going to work? It needs to work. We can't lose 6 games. I mean, yes, we almost won the other game and we got a point from our last game because of the tie in regulation. But like, we need this win so bad. So I'm just hoping, like, Kreider and Mika know what to do. They know how to win games. So, that doesn't surprise me. So I'm kind of like, okay, but like, they really need to help Kakko out and create those chances and those opportunities and just close on any chance that they can get, making sure that they can get the puck to the back of the net. And the problem is, though, I've noticed with guys like Mika and Kakko, like, the other teams, like, will just surround them, like, because they know what they're capable of. So they will make their scoring chances even harder on them than, any other player. But yeah, so tonight's game is going to be interesting. As usual, former player Jimmy Vesey is going to be on the team, and it's going to be a lot. And I'm not sure exactly who is the goalie tonight. I don't know if it was said or I just missed it. But yeah. So let's go Rangers. Let's hope tonight that they can get this win and fix things that they need to fix, because this losing thing is not great. Like, we don't have to win everything, but maybe not 5 or 6 in a row. Thanks. I'd appreciate that so much. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Ranger Talk Thursday with Val. I will catch everyone next week. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.